Hey guys, seeing as it's 2011 now, I thought it'd be a good time to go back and review the films of 2010 and give my personal top 5 and other recommendations that I saw last year. So let's get started. Number 5 on my list is one that I think a lot of people might disagree with me on, but I just thoroughly enjoyed the hell out of this film. Number 5 is Tomorrow and the War Began. I thought this film was, for an Australian film and based on the John Marsden books, which I'd never really been into, but I really enjoyed the film. I thought this was a really great movie. Some of the acting was a bit shoddy, and it really just kind of felt like just some sort of Australian soap, but I didn't really mind. I thought this was really good, and I really hope that the planned sequels or other books in the series actually do get made. And I really look forward to seeing how this gets treated further on down the line. Number 4 of 2010 is Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I thought this was a really interesting film, directed by tied with the Coen brothers for my favourite director, Edgar Wright, who does Hot Fuzz Shaun of the Dead, as I mentioned in my other video. This movie is visually amazing with the video game references and that sort of thing, based on the graphic novel comic Scott Pilgrim's. I'm not sure it's called Scott. I think it's called Scott Pilgrim's as well, or Scott Pilgrim's Precious Little Life, or something like that. I'd never actually read the comic until I saw this, and it's actually quite good. And the movie is basically exactly the same, but this is a very interesting film, and I definitely recommend, if you haven't seen this, to see it if you're into kind of weird, sort of artsy films. I like that one, that was a good one. Number 3 is one I saw back in April 2010, quite an early one, which was Kick-Ass. I really enjoyed this film. This is another one that's based on a comic book of the same name, which I had read before I saw this film, so I actually knew what it was going into it. And I was really impressed at how they handled it, the characters, the development. Even though the comic book story, the ending is actually just a bit different. The movie's actually dragged out a bit more, and I don't really want to give it away if anyone hasn't seen it. But the bit at the end with the reveal of what he orders in the box, what Hit Girl and Big Daddy had ordered in the wooden box, none of that is in the comic at all, and the way the villain goes down at the end, that's completely different. But still, I really love the way they handle it in the movie, and yeah, that was my number 3 for 2010. Now, my number 1 and 2 were very close, and it was really hard to decide which one to do actually go number 1. But after thinking about it so much, I have to put my number 1 had to have been that title. So number 2 of 2010, I had Inception. This is a Christopher Nolan film, and who obviously did Dark Knight, among various other great films. Although I do not enjoy Memento, I think that movie is very overrated. I do not know why I don't like it. It's just, I'm not sure. I just don't. But this, on the other hand, Inception is amazing, and it's very deep and complex. So if you haven't, if you're in the mood for a light movie, do not view this. Just put this one back on the shelf. But if you really want to use your brain, think about it. This definitely is a great movie. For the first half hour, I really had no idea what the hell was going on. But as it goes along, you get it. You get the plan, the kicks and the dreams inside dreams. That I thought that was absolutely amazing. And this is definitely one of the best films I saw in 2010. This is one of the smartest films I've seen for a while, actually. So yes, I definitely recommend, if you haven't seen this, very much so, watch it immediately, like right now. Well, don't keep watching the video. I mean, there's possibly some great stuff to come, but I mean, definitely watch that immediately. And now my number 1 film of 2010 had to have been this one, just because it's just so nostalgic for my childhood, and I just thought this was a brilliant film, which was Toy Story 3. I absolutely loved this movie. I saw this twice in the cinema, once in 3D and then once in 2D. The 3D I didn't feel really added anything. Visually it looked good, but I mean the 2D was just as good. Yeah, this movie, there was no doubt in my mind. I had to make this number one just purely for the fact that it's Toy Story. It's one of Pixar's greatest films they've ever done, in my eyes, and the Toy Story trilogy is one of the best trilogies of all time, and yeah, number three was just as good as the first two. This is actually my favourite of the three. Toy Story is actually then followed by one, then two. But yeah, they're all so close, and they're all so brilliant. And the original, all of the original cast is back, apart from Jim Varney, who passed away, obviously. But they made up for that by getting someone who sounds exactly like him. So that was nice. And there's so many new characters. The animation is absolutely brilliant, and the storyline is actually pretty dark and all that. So yeah, like definitely this was my number one film of the year. So if you're a fan of animation, if you're a fan of the Pixar movies, even if you've seen it, watch it again. I mean, it's brilliant. But yeah, definitely get on that. Even if you haven't seen the first two Toy Story movies, it's still a great standalone movie. Although it would help to see the first two, but it's not necessary. And just have fun. That was definitely a fun movie experience, and one of the best films I've seen in a while. So that was that one. Yeah, so that was my top five. Obviously, that was not only the only five movies I saw in the cinema this the past year. I also saw heaps of others. I haven't really got that many on DVD. Like, I've got those five, obviously I'm favorites. I've also got The Lovely Bones and Get Him to the Greek on DVD. I think I have Date Night up there, but it's kind of hard to get out, so I just left it up there. But other movies I saw in 2010 included How to Train Your Dragon, Hot Tub Time Machine. I've written it down so I didn't forget. I saw Buried, which was very interesting. That was I wasn't exactly sure how I'd like that one, but the entire movie is set inside a coffin in the dark, and it was very experimental, but it was absolutely done brilliantly. Let Me In, which was a remake of Let the Right One In, a foreign film, which I really love, and I thought the American remake was actually quite good. The Social Network, with Jesse Eisenberg, which was very good. Who knew a film about the creation of a website could be so damn intense. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, which was very brilliant. I have not read the last Harry Potter book, but I really enjoyed that seventh film. Due Date with Robert Downey Jr. I thought that was kind of lacking. Like, I was expecting something funnier, but I mean, it was a good film, but it could have been a bit better. Jackass 3, which I don't know why, I enjoy watching the Jackass films and the Jackass show, and that was, that was just totally inappropriate and hilarious. Dinner for Schmucks, which was actually exceeded my expectations. I went in with really low expectations for that, and it was actually quite a good film, and I really enjoyed that one. Going back way to the beginning of the year, I saw Shutter Island, which Martin Scorsese, which I really enjoyed, although I picked the twist about 10-15 minutes into it, and throughout the whole movie I was thinking, like, surely that's not it, and at the end that was it. So I don't know if it was that obvious, or I just picked it. And Alice in Wonderland I saw in February, I think, might have been March, one of the two. That was pretty meh. I didn't really, visually it looked nice, but it was just, I was expecting something better. And The Other Guys with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg, which was kind of a letdown as well. It was kind of funny, but really, what was I expecting from that movie? But yeah, definitely, just recapping my top five, I had Tomorrow When the War Began, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Kick-Ass, Inception, and Toy Story 3 was my favourite film of 2010. So, if you like me and enjoy any of these movies, definitely give any that you haven't seen a try, or yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know your top five if you want to, and thanks for watching.